You think having more information is what's going to help you be successful, except you're looking at it inverted. The biggest thing here is that you can have all the courses, all the information, all the right strategies, even having mentors advising you on game plans to follow through. And sure, those things are very important. But the biggest thing here is that you're not able to make the right decisions, not because those decisions are incorrect, because you already know what to do, right? You know to eat healthy, you know to pursue the business, you know to not procrastinate, except why are you still stuck? Why are you still not where you want to be at? And it's because your brain is keeping you comfortable. You have a fear of responsibility. You have a fear of rejection. You have a fear of failure. And if you're being honest, you even have a fear of success. Because when you do become successful, there's going to be more obligations, there's going to be more pressure, and there's even going to be more things to lose than what you could currently lose right now. And that is why you have to break out of your paradigm and start operating off of the frequency in terms of the person who you want to be. Because your identity, and just to kind of break it into a very simple framework here, your identity is what's going to lead to your standards. Your standards are what are going to lead to your actions. And then your actions are what are going to lead to your results. It's not the other way around. Many times, a lot of people tend to want to focus in terms of the results, but it's actually the process internally that's going to help you make that drive in terms of, again, the destination that you're trying to reach. And if you actually look at it again in terms of the scope here, it's all a form of self-sabotage, right? If you have a fear of failure, it's because you believe that you won't be able to make it on the other side even if you face failure. If you have a fear of rejection, it's because you feel that rejection is what's going to destroy you and it's going to determine who you are in terms of your value. And it's not until you truly know who you are that you won't be able to get out of that slump. So, one of the best ways to also look at this as well is whenever you think of the best high performers, start to reinforce yourself in terms of the things that pop up, right? I am capable. I am disciplined. I am confident. I am resilient enough to follow through that I'll be able to figure it out no matter what. And those are the things that are going to help you make that change over time. I'm not telling you that it's going to happen overnight. It is going to take a lot of work internally. And just because, again, I'm telling you guys this, I want to make sure that I also give you guys a perfect example. Right now, I'm recording this. I'm living in Colombia. I've been living in Colombia for around 5 to 6 weeks. And I ended up leaving the US. And it was a very hard decision for me to make. Of course, my brain started to have all this fear of going to a new country. I could have, still been in the US comfortably. I could have been researching in terms of where I should go, but I was operating off of an identity of somebody who was already here. And it didn't actually hit me until I landed in Colombia as I was driving out of the this big old tunnel that everybody knows. Once you land in Colombia, you go through this big tunnel. And once I saw the city skyline, in my mind, I just knew I'm supposed to be here. There's never been any fear, no hesitation, no negative feelings come up ever since I've been living here. And again, I'm all alone. And that's because I started to operate off of a high performer in terms of the person who I'm supposed to be. And again, even me posting content, I could be obsessing with all these different content strategies, the right titles, the right SEO, the right keywords, the right thumbnail captions or whatever it's called, right? I could even be focusing on how to figure out my reels on Instagram, which I just created my Instagram just literally 2 months, 3 months ago, and barely just started posting. And sure, like those thoughts did come up of, am I going to be doing the right strategy? Except those things, again, they're important, but the biggest thing is to just follow through with your actions. Imperfection is perfection, right? We're all human. So operate off of the identity of somebody who already has those things and figure out who that is for you. Because all top performers, whether we're talking about entrepreneurs or professional athletes, they already knew it within themselves before they stepped on stage, before they stepped on the ring, before they ended up winning the trophies, who they were. They understood their value. So now's the time to start not asking yourself those negative questions, but start asking yourselves, am I the person who shies away? Am I the person who's afraid of those things? Or am I the person who steps up to the plate regardless of the outcome? And this is finally the time for you to start taking control of your life and make the change that you've been wanting to make for the entire life that you've existed here. Because you're never going to get your time back, even though, again, time is an illusion. Everything only exists within the now moment, but that would be for a different YouTube video. And at the end of the day, just stop caring. Who cares what other people think? Who cares if your first video doesn't go viral or you only get 1 view or 2 views or somebody comments disrespectfully? Like, who cares? You know you. So, if there's anything important that I really want you to just take from this whole thing, is focus on who you are and just take the action. Everything else, the strategy, the music or whatever it is that you're trying to pursue, whatever you're trying to focus, whatever that craft is that you're trying to perfect, all those external things will come later, but now's the time to start doing. Now's the time to start becoming, and everything's going to change for you. You're going to be in a different energy, and you're going to be able to transform your life just like I did with mine. And it's only been a few months, and things are still moving rapidly for me. And I want to be able to see those things for you guys because I know that, again, this is something that we're not all in alone. I know there's a lot of us who have those aspirations who want to have an impact. So I want you guys to start doing that. And again, if you have any questions or need any help or anything, feel welcome to just drop a comment in my YouTube channel. I also have my Instagram as well as my TikTok. So TikTok's barely, slowly picking up. Instagram, you can go into my reels, just learn a little bit more about my story. And of course, feel free to follow. But besides that, enjoy the rest of your day. And again, implement and know your value.